welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Rudy and I'm so happy that you're here. I'm back, baby. I'm back. It has been a while since I've seen you. If you don't watch my shorts, if you watch my shorts, I've been posting for a long time, but if you only watch my long form content, the last video I posted was about how I had a child and I am now a mother. I'm a full mother. It's insane. My baby is 11 weeks old. He's healthy. I'm healthy. I'm recovering. If you saw my birth story, you know that it was a doozy, but I am recovering from my C-section, starting to feel more like myself, and just so excited to spend the time talking to you guys again, talking about makeup, skincare, body care, all the things that I love and still love. I was so nervous for some reason when I decided to have a kid that after having a kid, I would just like not care about a lot of the stuff that I cared about and just be so focused on my child. And that is not what happened at all. And my husband was like, I don't know why you thought that, because you've always loved makeup, you've always loved skincare. Why would that change? And I don't know. I think I was just trying to allow myself to change while becoming a mother. And while I have changed in quite a few ways, my body, the way I view women, the way I view the world, my relationship with my son and my husband, a lot of it has changed. My relationship with my friends, my family. I still love makeup, body care, hair care, all of the things, and we will still be talking about that on this channel with a little bit of motherhood thrown in. So coming back, you can expect more vlogs, you can expect postpartum info. We're still going to be talking about fragrance, skincare, makeup, all of the things. And I'm really excited about today's video because I have been trying and using very particular products over the last 11 weeks of my postpartum experience. A lot that haven't worked for me and a lot that have. And I want to talk about the things that have made a serious impact on the way that I feel as a human woman, someone who loves all of the things that I just mentioned during postpartum time. It can be so hard to feel like yourself, to feel like someone worthy of taking care of, because you are so used to taking care of someone else and keeping this thing alive. And while I completely understand that, self-care, hygiene, all of these things, they are possible while being a mother and they are necessary. So I want to talk about the things that have made me feel like a human woman again. Things that include hair care, talking about postpartum hair loss, hand and body care, you know, things that I'm using for my C-section, just all of the things that I feel like have made an impact on my body. So if you happen to be new here, I'm so happy to have you. My name is Rudy, like I said. We talk about skincare, hair care, body care, makeup, empties. We kind of do old school YouTube with newer products, and I'd love to have you subscribe. So let's get into it. A portion of this video is sponsored by iRestore, and I am so excited to talk about this product because this is kind of what made me want to do this entire video. Postpartum hair loss, okay? It is a major bummer, and it's something that almost all women go through around the 3 to 4 month mark in their postpartum journey, which is exactly where I am. And yet I have gotten more comments than ever about how good my hair looks, and I want to talk about why. And that is because I started using an LED red light therapy hair mask early in my postpartum experience to keep my hair from shedding. And not just any LED mask, okay? This is the iRestore Elite. This is the most powerful LED hair growth device that you can get on the market. And I'm not playing around because I don't have the time to spend on these things unless they're going to work. And this is expensive, okay? LED lights, red light therapy is not cheap. So let's talk about why I decided to go with iRestore and why I think it's worth your investment. As I mentioned, this is an incredibly powerful tool comparable to in-clinic treatments that you would get for hair loss. And I would not just say this without backing it up with results, which they of course have. Their clinical research shows a 43% increase in hair count within 4 months. That is a huge number, and it is especially important to people like me where every single hair on my head matters, because I am going to lose them because of the hormone drop that you have postpartum. Not only is it clinically proven, it is FDA cleared, which is also super important to me, and incredibly efficient. This is a 12-minute process. You literally put it on your head. Yes, you look insane, and I don't recommend doing this with a full face of makeup on, but here we are. I like to do it with my hair down to make sure I'm getting as much power as possible. I attach my portable battery, turn it on, press play, and boom, you can see it working up there. See those little red lights? Crazy. What do I do during these 12 minutes? Well, I can clean the house, I can check my emails. I typically do this after my kid has gone to bed because it would terrify him, but it's possible. It doesn't hurt, it's non-invasive, it's drug-free, it's something that I can easily do every single day, especially because a lot of the times I don't have the energy or the time to fully do a hair routine where I'm using a scalp serum, shampoo, conditioner, the whole 9 yards. I know that this is taking care of any hair loss that I might go through 12 minutes a day, and I mean, look at these before and after results. They literally speak for themselves. So if you are on your postpartum hair loss journey, or you're just dealing with hair loss and hair shedding in general, highly recommend that you look into the iRestore Elite. I do have a code for over $900 off. It's code Rudy. I will have the link in the description below with the code. Thank you so much to iRestore for not only helping me with my hair loss journey, but for sponsoring this portion of the video. I really appreciate it, and I cannot wait to see how much thicker and fuller my hair looks in just a few months. Let's continue on talking about hair care. This is the DP Hue Gloss Plus. This is a semi-permanent hair color and deep conditioner, but I like to think of this more as a toner. So if you may have noticed, my hair is quite a bit darker than the last time we talked, and that is because my natural hair color is dark, my eyebrows are dark, and I knew I would not be able to keep up with the salon visits in the way that I used to, so I wanted to have a easier, lower maintenance routine, and that is where this comes in. I don't go to my appointments now for more than like 9 weeks at a time, so by the time I go, my ends are a lot lighter than my roots, and I hate the way that looks. So what I do is I'll dampen my hair, and I will put the Gloss Plus on it like very heavily, okay? I'm using like 2 to 3 pumps per little section of my hair, almost as if you're doing a full dye job. I put it up, I let it sit for like 20 minutes, and then I wash my hair, and I'm telling you, it's like you got a fresh dye job at the salon, but it doesn't last permanently like you would if you were going to salon, which to me is perfect because I trust my stylist, the color that she picked. I do not want to mess it up. So just having a toner on hand is going to help you. Just make sure you find the right shade. Not only do I recommend DPQ, but also Madison Reed has some great options. The deep conditioning ones I think are the best bang for your buck because it's also giving you a treatment on your hair. I love this shade. I think it looks so gorgeous. Medium brown is a perfect shade for me. Sometimes I use the deep brown as well, which also has a toning aspect to it to help remove brassiness. And again, we're all about working smarter, not harder. I don't have time to get out of the house, okay? We're doing all this stuff at home. Which, speaking of doing things at home, okay, I have two items that I'm recommending sort of in place for treatments that I use to get out of the house a lot. One being pedicures, okay? I used to get pedicures a lot. I loved getting pedicures. It was one of my favorite things to do, particularly when I was pregnant. My feet were so swollen, you guys. And they still are. In fact, they've grown a full half size. Since I was pregnant, they have not gone down. And I've had a lot of people tell me that they probably never will, which is so sad because I was an 8.5 and now I'm a 9. I'm 5'3". I shouldn't be a size 9, okay? It is what it is. I'm pissed because a lot of my shoes don't fit. That's beside the point. Part of the reason that I like getting a pedicure is because I have dry, rough, cracked heels. And I feel like my biggest like pet peeve is getting into my bed with dry feet. It makes me feel crazy. So I went on the hunt looking for ways to fix it while I was postpartum, couldn't go get a pedicure. One of the things that I found was like those feet masks, but you have to be off of your feet sitting with them on for like 20 minutes. I don't have the time for that. I have to be on my feet, available for my child, available for my husband. There's no way that I can just slip and slide around the house with those socks on. So I ended up getting the Foot Rescue from Prequel, and it is so freaking good, you guys. This is a advanced restorative treatment, 15% urea, 5% salicylic acid, 2% malic acid, and petrolatum. So basically what this is gonna do is not only exfoliate your feet chemically with salicylic acid and malic acid, but it's going to deeply hydrate and nourish your feet with urea and petrolatum. It locks it all in and makes your feet really slippery. So what you do is you put this on right out of the shower. Particularly I put it on my heels, on my bunion, and on the backs of my little toes. I put my socks on, and by the time I go to bed at the end of the night and I take my socks off, my feet are as if I just got a fresh pedicure. Highly recommend. Prequel is honestly one of my favorite brands right now just because I need things that I know will work, that have high active ingredients, that are proven to work, that don't have all the fluff, don't have the fragrance. Like, I don't have time for it, and this is incredible. I wish that I liked their hand cream because I hate their hand cream. I feel like it made my hands feel so sticky and gross, but the foot cream, absolutely recommend, especially because we just don't have time. We don't have time to go get a pedicure, and when summer comes around, I need my feet to look good. Another appointment that I don't have time for, or even at home really don't have time for, is self-tanning. I don't have time to go get a full spray done. I'm also not laying out, obviously. It's January. I still love the feeling of being tan, especially on my face. And so I saw someone on TikTok use this. I bought it immediately and I love it. This is from Dolce Glow and this is the Aqua Hydrating Face Mist Self-Tanning Water. Now, I have tried a lot of self-tanning facial products in the past. Dolce Glow is also the brand that has the wand. I absolutely love that product. It's basically a bronzer in a wand that helps chisel your face and leaves like a long-lasting self-tan once you remove it, or even if you put your makeup on top. I'm not wearing makeup most days. I know that I have a full face on right now. It's for this video, it's for my filming, but day to day I have on literally just skincare and a few freckles. But I wanted something that was going to give me a little bit of that warmth and glow to my skin because I was feeling so pale. And this is by far the best facial tanning water that I've found. I know that's crazy because I love the Salty Tan facial tanning water. The problem is the spray on that one is really intense. So you have to spray it on a kabuki brush, then you have to use the brush to blend it into your skin, which typically I don't mind, but like I said, I just don't have the time like I used to. This, you can literally spray it on your face directly as if it was a freaking setting spray. The mist on this is so fine. For a self-tanner, absolutely have not found anything like this before. Literally listen to these instructions. Apply to a clean, dry face. You can also apply it over or under makeup as a primer or a setting spray. There's no need to rub or blend in. Development occurs within 6 to 8 hours without the need to rinse off. Simply apply your makeup once it's absorbed or use it as a setting spray. I'm not kidding, it gives you the most beautiful glow to your skin. It hydrates it. There are a ton of skincare ingredients in this product, but also DHA to help bring a little bit of tan to your face. I'm obsessed with it. It's not gonna give you like a full deep tan. It's gonna give you a very light tan. That's what I want. I just want something that's just a little bit tanner than what I am right now, that's not super noticeable, that I can spray on my face and chest without having to tan my entire body. And that is what this is. It has not broken me out. I love the bottle. It's glass, it's high end, it's easy to use. Highly, highly recommend if you just need to feel a little bit better about yourself. And it's something that you can do every single day. Best facial tanning water I've found by far. And sometimes the spray is all I can do. Sometimes when my child has been crying all day, all I can do is spray my face. And what am I gonna use? The Rhode Glazing Mist. I'm almost out of this. Some days, especially early postpartum when my child was so fussy, I remember like 4 weeks in to having a baby, he kind of woke up to the world. If you don't have kids, like for the first while, they are very sleepy. Like the first 2 weeks, they're basically just like little lumps. And I was like, I have an easy kid. Like he's just a little lump. And then week 3 or 4 comes around and they wake up to the world. They realize they are separate from their mother and all hell breaks loose. I did not know what I was doing. I've never had a child before and it was a lot. And on those days, I did not have the energy to fully do a nighttime skincare routine. Sometimes all I could do was spray. Whatever I had on during the day, sometimes sunscreen, sometimes nothing. If I could spray my face and have a tiny bit of moisture on before I went to bed, I would feel good. And this is basically their glazing milk in a spray. So it is going to nourish your skin even if you're just spraying it on. It has ceramides in it, it has hyaluronic acid, and it keeps you from drying out overnight, especially in the winter. So I am really thankful for this product. I also used it sometimes during the day underneath my sunscreen just as a one-step routine. But if I was feeling fancy and I actually had the time or I felt like I was breaking out, I would use the Summer Fridays Gentle Reset Daily Exfoliating Pads. I got these early. This is why it says for pre-launch testing. These are individually wrapped pads. And I know that that is bad for the environment, but I'm telling you, when I was, like I said, early postpartum and I did not have the time, I couldn't even go to open a jar and pull out like a hydrating facial pad or an exfoliating pad and use it on my face. I simply didn't have the energy. If I knew that I could pull this open, pull it out and throw it away, it was easier to me and it felt more doable. So sometimes this was my routine for the night. And that's okay. I was getting an exfoliant in and I was hydrating my face. So if you need something easy, and you need something reliable, this is a great way to do it, but highly recommend at least picking up the Rhode facial spray because it is one of my favorites. It deeply hydrates the skin and it feels really good. And if you happen to have that extra time, spray on a little facial self-tanner, you'll feel better by the morning. My absolute favorite product in this entire video from a brand I had never tried before I had a child, and that is the brand Hanny. Honey, Hanny. Hooney, Hanny. Honey. I'm not sure which one it is. Honey Smooth. This brand changed my flipping life, you guys, particularly because of this product. This is the Splash Salve in Shower Moisturizing Body Balm. So basically, this is a hardened moisturizer that you scoop out and put on your body while it's still wet that locks in all of the moisture and the water that your body has from your shower without having to put on a moisturizer afterwards. When I shower, you guys, I'm not kidding, particularly when Rita's at work, I maybe can get in 3 to 5 minutes if I'm not washing my hair. And afterwards, I do not have the time to get out and do a full lotion routine. So what I do is I take a big scoop of this, I rub it in between my palms. It's kind of like a balm to oil feeling. I literally just take 20 seconds, rub it on my legs, anything that's left over on my arms. I also use it on my boobs because I'm breastfeeding and I have some dryness on my boobs, and it works wonders, you guys. I use the fragrance-free version because I have body eczema. This is approved by the National Eczema Association. If you know me, I have talked about eczema many times. One of my most viral videos is talking about eczema and my steroid treatment. I have not had to use my steroids this winter because I have been using this. This is thicker than a moisturizer, and it's almost like it's taking all of the water from your shower and locking it in a way that you don't have to add that moisturizer in. It is incredible. I used it a couple hours ago, and I can still feel that my legs feel really thick, moisturized, beautiful. Thick? My legs feel thick. I'm sorry, guys. My brain is like half on because I have a newborn. So I'm sorry if I seem off in this video. It's because I am half off. My brain is half off. They also have a fragrance version. I would go for the fragrance free, particularly also if you're breastfeeding. I feel like fragrance can be an issue. That's something that I want to talk about though, because as you know, I love perfume. So let's talk about that. Highly, highly recommend you try this, particularly if you have dry skin though. I love perfume, okay? Love it, love it, love it. I have an insane perfume collection. I talk about perfume on my channel. I talk about perfume on my TikTok and my Instagram. Quick plug, it's at the Rudy Berry on Instagram and at Rudy Berry on TikTok. I would love it if you follow me. My child does not love a scent on my chest when we're breastfeeding, which I completely understand. He wants to smell his stinky mother, her normal stink, not anything else. And so what do I do when I want to smell a little something, especially if I just want to smell something on me around the house? I have been using the solid fragrance bombs from the brand Noise, particularly in the scent Only Human. I am so obsessed with the scent. This might be my favorite launch, like one of my favorite launches of the entire year in the scent category. I'll put the notes up on the screen so you can see it, but it basically smells like a freaking hug. Something about this scent is so enticing, and the reason that I use it in this format, even though I have it in a body spray, I have the new milk version, I have the perfume version, and I have this, is because I can intentionally put it on my wrists and it's not gonna go anywhere. This is not going to transfer to my chest. It's not gonna be this scent bubble that I have that other people can smell. It is only on my wrist, and when I want to smell that moment, I just smell my wrists, and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel warm and cozy and more like myself without making my kids smell all of my perfume. I also have 3 other of their sticks, including Unmute and 12 O'Clock, which are both very beautiful skin scents, but Only Human is my recommendation. These are super easy to apply. You can put a little behind the ear as well, and they are refillable. So you can just get the pack and just keep buying new scents to put in it. I really love what Noise is doing. If you haven't checked out their brand, highly recommend. I feel like they have a ton of good stuff, and they are making really innovative products in the perfume category. Along with my other favorite fragrance brand for sort of innovation, fun, different scents, which is Cyclar. I want to talk about this perfume. This particular scent, this is in Sacred Santal. This is so good. I would never in a million years go buy something called Sacred Santal or a Santal scent like off the name, but the way that they do like these spa-like scents are so warm and cozy and comforting. Cedar Supreme and Sacred Santal I never thought I would like, and they are 2 of my favorite scents that Cyclar has ever made. This is their new deodorant, and I don't have the best luck with deodorant. As we know, I am a stinky person, and I almost always use the Kosas AHA deodorant with the Dove spray afterwards. I had to take a chance on this because I just had to try it and see. I didn't like the Saltaire deodorant and I didn't like the Fleur deodorant. Those are both brands in the same sister company that owns Cyclar. So I did not have the best, feeling going into it. It's amazing. Okay, this is a mandelic acid brightening deodorant gel. I'm not sure what's different about this versus the Saltaire, but whatever it is, it works. The scent itself is identical to the perfume oil and the body lotion, which I also use in my shower downstairs. It is beautiful, and the reason that I'm really liking using this is that I love this scent in particular as a body oil or a perfume oil. So being able to use it as a deodorant gives me that feeling of, I'm getting that perfume-like quality just like I am with the noise, without sort of like, again, making that scent bubble that makes my son uncomfortable while we breastfeed or while I'm holding him. So these are the two ways that I have found to kind of like get my scent fix without bothering him. Last but certainly not least, I want to talk about my C-section recovery a little bit. If you saw my birth story, you'll know I had an unexpected C-section. It wasn't an emergency, but it was unexpected. And because of that, I was not prepared for what the recovery would look like mentally, physically, the whole 9 yards. So I really didn't know what to do to take care of my scar when it first happened. I was just making sure that I wasn't getting it infected and taking care of it as lightly as I could. But now that I've been cleared to work out and to take care of my scar, I've been doing a lot of research. Silicone is like the #1 ingredient to help with scars, and I don't know why, but it frickin' works. So I have 2 recommendations if you are someone who also had a C-section or you're struggling postpartum with getting rid of a little bit of the pigment on your scar. First up is from Prequel. I'm telling you, they have so many good things for the postpartum period in your life. This is the Scar Solutions Silicone Scar Stick. This is super easy to apply. When I come out of the shower, I literally just rub it on my scar, and over time it has absolutely made a difference in the visibility of my scar. But on top of that, what I've been using that I like even more, that I actually have on right now, so I can't show you, but I will pop it up on the screen, is the Freedom Mom silicone scar patches. To me, it's just a little bit easier to slap a patch on when I get out of the shower and not even think about it. You can wear them for over 24 hours. You can shower with them on, and they also come with a case so you can reuse the patch, I think, for up to 7 days. And I think it comes with 4 patches. It's a little bit easier if you have a harder time remembering to do things, and I think it's more of like a quicker way to get your scar to fade. But if you want something to help manage it over time, I would recommend adding in the Prequel into your shower routine or your post-shower routine. But before I got cleared to do that, I was using the honey splash salve on it because I feel like I just needed a little bit of moisture on it, and it did a great job from keeping it from being itchy, uncomfortable, or irritated. Having a C-section has just given me so much respect for other C-section moms. I see you. I freaking know how hard it is to look at your body afterwards and wonder what the hell happened to me. And so highly recommend those 2 solutions for scars. Although I will probably have more kids and have to get cut open again and do this all over again. We'll tackle that another time. I'm so happy to be back, you guys. I have a lot to talk about. I want to talk more about what it's been like becoming a mother. My makeup routine has completely changed. Obviously, my body routine has completely changed. Everything is different because the time in my life is different. Everything is more valuable. Time is more valuable. The things I care about mean more to me. The way that I look at myself has changed, and I'm very excited to share all of that with you. So thank you so much for watching this video, for being back, for caring about me, for commenting, for reaching out to me via DMs. It has meant so much to me. And thank you again to iRestore for sponsoring a portion of this video. If you have questions about this, let me know in the comments. I have been using it for over a month. Highly recommend that you try it out if you are going through postpartum hair loss or hair loss in general. And I will see you guys in the next video very soon. Bye!